back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. As always, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for coming back. A big welcome to everyone who has recently subscribed or who is joining us today for the first time. Please subscribe to the channel and join our beautiful soul family. And if you do decide to join our soul family, be sure to hit your notification bell and drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. But for today's pick a card reading is all about advice from Spirit on whether you should wait or move forward. And this doesn't have to be a love connection reading, but it can be regarding that. It's whatever situation is on your mind. It could be concerning career, for instance. It could be concerning any area of life where you're feeling kind of pulled in different directions. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the beautiful I guess it's a cream colored carnation. Pile number 2 with the peach peony. Pile number 3 with the pink rose. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today from Spirit, and my timestamps are below. But I am going to jump right into pile number 1. So please pull up a chair, get cozy, get some snacks, and we're going to have a little bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. So pile number 1, should you wait or should you move on? Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to this cream colored carnation, and this is your reading. Should you wait or should you move on from the situation on your mind? This can be a connection, this can be a job, this can be any scenario on your mind right now that you're struggling with. The card that you were drawn to was New Beginnings, the Daffodil Fairy, number 10. So you could be thinking about a big, huge advancement, and this is a really beautiful card to have been drawn to because it's really talking about success after these new beginnings are kind of orchestrated in your life. So let's take a look and see what Spirit's advice is. So please take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that do not feel right to you. Always understanding that this is a collective reading, and Spirit cannot interfere with your free will or the free will of other people. So they'll give their advice, but ultimately they will follow you down whatever path you choose in this situation. But in your opinion, Spirit, should pile 1 wait or should they move forward? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords and the Strength card. The back of the deck is the Queen of Cups. We also have the Hanged Man. There's a real sense of worry surrounding the situation for you at this time, and I feel like you're stressing too much. I feel like you maybe you've made a habit of being a worrier. Like me, I'm a huge worrier, and you've stressed way too much over this situation. It feels like an opportunity that would really be beneficial for you, actually. This doesn't feel like a situation where you're kind of being drawn between heartache or new beginnings. This feels like an opportunity perhaps in the work realm, for instance. It could have something to do with the emotional realm as well, because the Queen of Cups is filled with emotion. But I feel like you could be a healer, you could be a mother, for instance, because the Queen of Cups is very emotional, and she's just, sometimes the emotions can rule over her if she can't learn how to temper them a little bit. So you're overthinking this whole situation at this time, because this opportunity, Spirit says, can lead you into new beginnings, ultimately. I love the 6 of Swords in the future here with the Strength, because taming our fears is exactly what this is giving us the opportunity to do. This opportunity, whatever is showing up in your life right now that you're stressing over, it was paired with the 10 of Swords because worrying is just a wasteful situation at this point, because this is a good opportunity, and Spirit is indicating that it may be very beneficial for you to surrender to it, and even to surrender to your emotions, because it's giving you the chance to practice that, to be able to take a situation that's stressing you out and practice maintaining that inner alchemy or bringing it back to a center of balance. It's kind of like when people take ice baths to learn how to bring their body back down to a fight or flight on their own. It's sort of like that. On a smaller scale, but they say that you're really stressing out about this. We have the Temperance. King of Cups and the Page of Swords. And your guides are even saying, you know, time's going to show you. Time will tell you and will prove to you that you have nothing to fear here that you have nothing to fear. And the only thing that you have to look forward to is something that is very abundant, something that is very fulfilling, and they're asking you to surrender to it. I feel like you're worried about finances or practical issues or the home situation with this transition. But Spirit is very adamant that this is a very good move for you. So they think that you should move on in this cycle. They should think that you're moving into something wonderful. So if you're hesitating to take on something new or to take a risk or leap of faith, stop doubting your intuition. Stop doubting the messages in your mind that are telling you that now is the time to leap, because it's going to be very abundant for you. And what it's also showcasing for me too, it's not just about the abundance that's coming in with this leap of faith, but it's about the growth mindset that you develop along the path of this. The confidence that this helps to build in you once you take this leap of faith, and then you have communicated to the universe that you don't let fear stop you. So it's going to be that much easier the next time a great opportunity comes up in any area of your life. You're going to have this period of strength to draw from. So even as the first card came down here with the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords asks us to let go. Let go of the worry in this case. Let go of the fear of taking this leap of faith and moving forward into something more. And that's what your guides are really indicating here. Because they say that this is a pathway that leads to lots of financial abundance, if that's what you're worried about, lots of stability, but it also is a healing path for some too. So they say not to worry. Not to worry, because they are indicating that now is the time for you. Guys, please for pile number 1. We have here mending. And it's the 5 and the 2, the 52, which is a 7 energy. And so this is a choice that may feel difficult to make, or may feel really challenging, or the outcome, the fear of the new beginnings is really scary. But the determination that we need, you already have inside of you, your guides say. And ultimately it is leading to that healing cycle. And you're actually sort of mending yourself in a sense too, Spirit says, because we have perhaps become really habitual at overthinking and worrying and letting that stop us. When you conquer that even just a little bit, even when you take baby steps, you're starting to mend that cycle. You're starting to create new habits, which is a beautiful thing on your journey. You have here the why. And I think that you're so smart, and it's like you are able to really look at all of the outcomes, whether they be good or really, really bad. And sometimes when we spend too much time pontificating about an option, it goes away before we get a chance to actually take advantage of it. So Spirit in this case is asking you to retreat, to ask yourself why this is a beneficial leap, and why you feel the necessity to make it at this time, because there's a reason why this is stressing you out so much, because change is scary. But the reason it's stressing you out so much is because you're inching, even with your heart space, you're inching outside of your comfort zone. And that feels really scary, but it means it's working. It means you're doing your job. Back of the deck says you are poised for change. And I love that, because this is like a fairy energy here too. And here's the fairy taking that leap of faith like the Fool. So they're really adamant that this is your time, pile 1. And that it is time to move on. It is time to take this leap of faith, end this old cycle, take advantage of an opportunity or an inspiration that you've had. And we have here, trust the great mystery. Trust in the mystery with the Hanged Man, to surrender not just to the outcome, but to surrender your insecurities too. Because when we do that, we are communicating to ourselves that we've survived it, and that it doesn't have a hold over us. It may have happened to us, but it doesn't have a hold over us. It says Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. And back of the deck says Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. You've got endurance and stamina. It's like you don't even need this pep talk, because you've already done these types of leaps before. If you really look back on your history, on everything you conquered, all of your worst days that you've overcome. So you can draw upon the past and the moments where you've shown strength, even if they're not connected to this situation. And you can use that today to transmute some of this fear into purpose, into drive, so that you can push through into the future. Pile number 1, please, advice for waiting or moving on. We have your journey, branch out into new worlds. So your guides are very, very adamant that this is your time, that you should move forward into this new cycle because it's going to bring you about a lot of peace. So stop listening to the naysaying voices that are coming in, whether they're from external sources or from inside of your own mind, because that is the ego trying to stop you from taking this leap. But instead, you're going to listen to your higher self and follow the beatings of your heart, even if it feels scary, into new beginnings. And it's really, really exciting. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile 1. Thanks for pile 1 in these new beginnings. Whoops, we've got the 3. Knight of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords is reversed, and the 3 of Wands. I feel like you know which direction you want to go in, but it's like you're teetering on the edge of like jumping and then hesitation, because like you have this inability to commit to the leap. And it's like you are dragging your feet a little bit, which is just giving you more time to overthink. So Spirit instead is encouraging you to be this doer instead of just a watcher, because it's leading you to more. It's going to have a positive outcome. And they keep saying time will show you that. The outcome will prove itself. We have gentle. We have here the scissors. I think of the 2 of Swords when I see the scissors. So an inability to commit to a decision or having a hard time choosing. We have Leo energy, strength. We have the letter A and the letter Z. You could be losing sleep with all of this anxiety that you're having. We have 2 locks here. And I think about things that we keep out. I think about secrets that we suppress. It's right next to the marijuana charm. So you could be perhaps using that in order to temper some of these fears. We have the baby feet, and again, you could be a mother, so this leap of faith could have a lot of influence in that arena. So that could be on your mind too, which can really add fuel to the fire. You know, can really, it makes it so much different. The dynamic is so much different when we're making a big decision when children are involved. But we have the butterfly of transformation asking us to turn that gaze inward. And we have the King of Cups. We also have the King of Cups here too. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please drop that comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. You can also check out my other links below as well. But I just hope that you come back here for a visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the big peony here, or to, well, this card. And here's your reading. Should you wait or move forward from the situation on your mind? The card that you were drawn to was change. There's a big dragonfly here, and we have the 12, which reminds me a lot of the Hanged Man energy. It is a surrender energy as well, but it can sometimes talk about stagnation too, and kind of holding back. So the dragonfly is about changing directions drastically, so you may be thinking about a situation that would bring about major change. So let's see. Oops. Pile number 2, please. Should they wait or should they move on? We have the World. Should they wait or should they move on for pile number 2, please? We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups. Back of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. I'm going to clarify here with a different deck. Now, already your guides are talking about opportunities. Now this Queen of Pentacles, she has a lot on her plate because she is sometimes a parent, she is working, she's just filling so many roles. So I can understand why major change could be really scary to sort of a routine that you've set in place. Because you may be someone who does really thrive on those types of routines. So the unknown can be something that is really scary because it's perhaps not even you that you just have to worry about either. We have the 4 of Cups. But you do minimize what you're capable of doing. You could get overwhelmed easily, but you do minimize your skill set and what you're capable of when you think about the future and you think about the fear. Because the truth is that you don't feel... You can see with the 7 of Wands, he's wearing 1 boot and 1 shoe. It's like sometimes you feel like just because things don't run smoothly, like you're failing in certain areas of your life. It's like sometimes you feel really, really, it's like we grow up and we think as children that adults have it all figured out. But now that we are adults, we realize nobody knows anything and everybody's just feeling around in the dark. And you feel like sometimes that's an indication of failure, and that really, really isn't. That you're a powerful person, you're really strong, and you wouldn't be in the Queen's position if you hadn't fought through all the other stages. So you're already so capable of being able to handle change because you've proven it time and time and time again. I feel like for someone too, this decision feels selfish or something for some reason, because it feels like it's opening up your heart space, and you're used to giving from perhaps even an empty cup at times as well. We have the Judgment and the Seven of Cups. And so you're sort of teetering on this edge of what do I need? And there's the Two of Pentacles. What do I need to do? What option should I take here? And you may be kind of putting that decision off at this time. But if you'll notice, when we began this reading, we came out with the World. And this beautiful World card here encompasses everything, including all the swords. It has all of this beautiful sun energy surrounding the World too. And with here at the Fool, it talks about a leap of faith that leads us to the World. So if we think we're not capable of this, Spirit, it says you're absolutely wrong. You're so capable of it. And they say that it's going to test your resolve to take this leap of faith, but they're really behind it. They say that you should move into this new cycle. You should surrender to change here. And they understand that it's going to be hard for you to kind of shift gears like this drastically, because that's what it feels like. It's like really stepping outside of a routine or your comfort zone in a way. And that's really scary. But Spirit says that the World's waiting for you, and celebration is waiting for you on the other side of that. And they're not only just celebrating your abundance and your new beginning, but they're also celebrating the conquering of your fear. It's like, it's not even conquering the fear, but pushing through it anyway. And that's what they're celebrating the most, is this, it's like this war cry of power over our apathy or over our helplessness that the ego may try to communicate to us is all that we're capable of. But the Seven of Wands says if we're determined enough, we absolutely can create whatever we want. So they are encouraging us to spend some time in meditation with the moon, because the moon energy will help us to draw upon our intuition, and that's where the truth lies. They're asking us to reflect upon our past and everything that we've done, everything that have brought us to this point, and look at ourselves with kind eyes this time. If we are always so critical about ourselves, you could be a Virgo. I'm just getting really heavy Virgo energy from this Queen of Pentacles. If you're really critical about yourself, look at yourself in this reflection period with kinder eyes. And actually give yourself some credit for everything you've conquered, because they are really encouraging this expansion at this time. And you're in for a huge change here. There's the 13, the fork in the road. You're at the precipice of change. It could be something really emotional for you too. It's like you choosing yourself for some reason, choosing something that you want. And you're really on the verge of, what do I do? What do I do? I'm already so busy. And it's overwhelming to think of perhaps everything that you have to accomplish within the leap of faith that's being asked of you. But this fork in the road, this precipice of change is yours. And the 13 is the death energy, because it's like putting away something that's no longer serving you and opening up brand new doors for yourself. I just saw the Thinker card, because that's what we're being asked to do when we are asked to meditate. We have here the Community, and it's coming out reversed. I feel like you're very independent. Maybe you don't have like an army of people around you helping you. Maybe you don't have the village helping you in difficult situations. Spirit's really adamant about that you're so independent. And that's proven your strength even there. It's already proven your strength. It's like you've already shown the world that you can accomplish so much, because you haven't had the help that you deserved. Back of the deck says go the distance, and it's this cheetah energy to encourage us to take that leap of faith now when the opportunity is here, or now when the inspiration has hit us, because the cheetah can only sprint. It can't run a long distance, so it has to be hiding in the grass waiting for that opportunity to advance its situation, or it will starve. And so Spirit is saying leap now. And so they are encouraging you to move forward. They are encouraging you not to wait and to move into this new cycle for yourself of change and to surrender to it. We have here the cat spirit. Claim your independence, number 13 again. Rebirth, death energy, surrender to change. And it says mouse spirit, tend to the small things. You don't have to handle every little detail today. The mouse spirit is taking baby steps perhaps towards this change, and that's okay too. And if it feels like monumental tasks ahead of you because you are doing it alone, spirit says to just tackle small things every day, tiny little things every single day. Back of the deck says dream your world into being. Dream it, because if you can accomplish it, because you've already proven that. I want to pull one of these first. For pile number, we have growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new, because you are capable. And it's okay, again, to take those baby steps and to just plant the seed for now and let that take root. And perhaps the seed has planted quite a while ago for this major change too, and now you're feeling the pressure to act because it's about to break through, and you're about to break through when you leap into these new beginnings. They say to reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods, to reconnect with the earth elements to help you during this reflective phase. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Moving forward or waiting. We have the Hanged Man. We started with the number 12. Oops. We have some on the floor. So let's see. And that's way too many, so we're going to try again. Okay, the Hanged Man, the 7 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands reversed. Now the 7 of Swords is someone who's constantly looking over their shoulders, or they're really not being honest with themselves when they think that they're incapable, or they're not really relying on their intuition here, which is creating this stagnation because the insecurity is making us have a lack of confidence. We can fake it. We can fake it. We can fake the confidence while we need to. And eventually, if we keep doing that enough, it's going to become this habit of feeling confident. And then ultimately, it's going to create confidence for us. So if you're not feeling that confidence, Spirit says fake it. That's what they say. In the bowl today, we have the Cardinal. An angel is near when a cardinal draws near. We have the letter R. We have she. We have kiss. We have the Pentacle. I think of the 5 of Pentacles. We do have the handsaw here, which is taking too long to perhaps detach. And I have the blue star too. I think of Aquarius energy. And so there's like a hopeless situation or a depression that has set in. There's this feeling of suppressing your true emotions and having to push them down. And if we keep doing that, if we don't express ourselves, we're going to drown in that. So they really want you to express more during meditation. It's like feeling your feelings and letting them out. We have strawberry. We have the dragon, I think about the ego, and the Queen of Swords as well. You're very smart, and you can definitely make really intelligent decisions, and you can draw upon all of your intuition to make this choice. But your higher self says it may be time to move on, to change, and allow yourself this freedom. We have here Capricorn energy as well. That is what I have for you today, pile 2. I hope that it resonated. Please drop your comment below, hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. Check out my Instagram for a chance to win a free mini read, and also check out my Etsy account if you feel called to a personal reading. But please come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage another day, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the pink rose. And this is your reading. Should you wait or should you move on from the situation on your mind? This can be any situation that you are plagued with at this time. It doesn't have to necessarily be in love, but it certainly can be. So the card that you were drawn to was Sanctuary, number 26. Now the 2-6 is an 8, which can speak about a work realm situation. It can talk about a home situation as well, and it says Mystic Meadow. Now the rabbit here is all cloaked in red, and there's this huge bear, and there's always this symbol of like protection with the bear, mother bear energy. So let's see what your guides are suggesting? Should you wait or should you move on from the situation on your mind today? Pile number 3, should they wait or should they move on? The Knight of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. And we do have the Five of Pentacles. And I want to clarify that. Should they wait or should they move on, please? We have the Six of Wands. The Knight of Cups. We have the Justice and we have the Magician. And back of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this could be concerning a situation in the home realm, again, with a business perhaps as well. And we have this Knight of Swords with the Empress. There is this message coming through for you, pile 3, about requiring a little bit of wait period here. Ultimately, you may end up expanding anyway and moving forward anyway, but there is this energy of hesitation to open up the heart space, because there could be solutions here that we haven't considered, or that we've been too afraid or feeling too vulnerable to execute. And sometimes the hardest moments of vulnerability are exactly the tool and the key we need for ascension here. Because even in the future, the Two of Wands can talk about expansion, but it's a planning energy. It's not something that's being executed yet. And so they don't want you to rush into any conclusions, because you may be making this decision based on an emotional outburst or an emotional reason in this moment, and those emotions could shift very drastically and change because they're temporary. And even with the Knight of Pentacles, it's about slowing down the proceeds or the proceedings, slowing everything down, because confidence could be the key to, and the confidence in opening up that heart space, I should say, could be the key, and communication could be the key to more success if we want to put the effort in. And that's why reflection is so important about what it is we truly are trying to accomplish. Now this, I feel like there are a lot of complications here. I feel like it's a complicated situation that you're asking about, and I feel like you could have little souls, for instance, that you're taking care of. You could be a parent, for instance, and you could be considering other people's outcomes here as well. And that's why Spirit says it might be time to open up more lines of communication and hold back on any extreme measures for the moment. Let's clarify, please, this Magician reversed. Now, the Justice in the reverse position is talking about how this could even move into the legal realm, for instance, if you choose to move on ultimately. And so that's why there's so many things to unravel in the present moment. And that's why vulnerability and communication could really help to open up our eyes to the possibilities of more. This could have a lot to do with the home realm, and that can be something that you're trying to create a sanctuary for yourself and other people. The Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. And you know, as I said, the Sanctuary card is an 8 when you break down the 2 and the 6. And there's this effort put into the 8. It's about gaining mastery over a situation. And how putting in more effort, especially to vulnerability and heart space and communication, here with the Six of Swords, that there could be solutions for peace here. Within the realm of this sanctuary, there could be solutions here towards peace if we just work collaboratively with the person that is perhaps causing the conflict, because this could have a lot to do with a relationship. And there's the Magician. Ultimately, they want you to know you have complete authority. And that's why you can pull the plug anytime you want. You can move on whenever you want to. But in the present moment, because they have your attention and because you're asking their opinion, they're suggesting that you do delay, that you don't act impulsively, because sometimes this Knight of Swords will do just that, and he will regret the consequences. And here the Six of Cups is talking about how this could have a lot to do with a really intense relationship. And there's a lot of nostalgia and memories and even children perhaps associated here. So there's a lot to consider. And that's why it's really important for us to make these decisions from a space of clarity and discernment, and not base it on an emotional feeling right now. And you can see the crow even in this card, is his head is downcast. The Ace of Cups is supposed to be this joyful energy, and this crow does not feel it. I'm not feeling it from this crow. So there's a delay energy coming in for you, pile number 3. Ultimately, you may still decide to expand. And the Two of Wands does talk about expansion. But this Two of Wands can also encompass plans to work on new, fresh opportunities within the dynamics of where you're sitting. We have here Imagine. Now that it came out reversed, the Judgment energy reversed. There's a fear of change there, and then we have the Mending. Because for some, and this is, again, this won't resonate with everyone. There's going to be somebody watching who's like, I'm not listening to a word she says, and that's okay, absolutely. But for others, it's going to touch nerve, and sometimes it might even make you upset, the nerve that it will touch. It might make you upset, be like, well, I don't want to work on it right now. And that's where Spirit wants you to turn that gaze inward and ask yourself, why is my heart space so close to that possibility? Because there's something worthwhile here for someone watching, and in the very least, it's something to maintain peace in the situation moving forward, and it's going to require, even the peaceful journey moving forward, whether it maintains or not, is required. The communication is required to maintain that, so that's a necessity anyway. So your guides are encouraging you to spend some time reflecting upon your next action, because there's the possibility of mending and fixing things. We do have exchanging gifts. And again, wanted to come out reverse because there's this stubborn energy coming through with it, of like, it's really testing our strength. It's really testing our resolve to step outside of our comfort zone and be like, can we talk about this? Can we come up with creative solutions? And it's not going to be easy. You know, that's the problem, is that we want to take an easier path. We want everything a little faster and quicker and more smooth in our life. We want everything moving smoothly. But it's going to be harder work. It's going to be hard work. And that's why the reflection period is so important, because we're asking ourselves if it's worth it. And we may not be feeling that in this present moment because of this emotional moment or this emotional feeling that we're having. We have here, now is a lucky time, Rabbit Spirit, fertility. We have the Koala Spirit. So Spirit has a plan. And that's the number 8 as well, the 3 and the 5. The Koala Spirit's going out on this limb. Back of the deck here we have Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold, with the brown-eyed Susie. Advice for pile number 3, please. We have here surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. And this card talks about ordinary stones. It talks about something that you're already sort of knowledgeable about, or talks about a situation that is comfortable for you. But there could be more underneath this ordinary stone. There could be more waiting for us to discover about the situation. If it has to do with another person that you're talking, or that you're thinking about right now, about the partner that you have, there's just more. There's more to uncover there. If you want to uncover it, and that's the essence of the reading, is that if you want to uncover it, there's more there, and effort can create peace and solutions. We have here Grounded, keep to your roots and stand taller than the trees, is on the back of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. Waiting or moving on for pile 3. Advice for pile 3 in the bowl, please. Oops, we have one out of the bowl. We have the Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands reversed, 9 of Swords reversed. We have the Emperor, the Taurus energy of the Emperor. There's a lot of stubbornness energy here that you could be dealing with. We also have a lot of Libra here as well coming up through the reading. But there's a lot of stubbornness that you could be dealing with, and there could be this sense of like, stonewalling or like somebody who just is really a tough nut to crack here. It's like they're not used to being vulnerable, and that's why they act in certain ways sometimes. It's not that this person is unaffected by emotion, it's that they don't know how to show it productively, because sometimes the Emperor, the only emotion he knows is anger. Like sometimes that's it. Not in all cases, but sometimes that's it. But there is a softening under there. Like there is something under there that's softer, and there's a protective element here. The Emperor wants to protect what he's built as well. And there's a lot of worry coming from that Emperor actually. But this Nine of Swords is now reversed. So it's talking about solutions and clearing out that emotional clutter, and taking time, these delays in expansion necessary in order to do that. So we could be doing ourselves in a situation a disservice if we don't wait. We have here dream, and we have kiss. We also have here the Wheel of Fortune, and we have here the peace sign, I think, of the Six of Swords. We do have the dragonfly, and it's talking about change and transformation within this environment that can happen if we're willing to put in the hard work and start to apply new forces and habits to the situation. We have the King of Swords, I think, of Libra energy. F in the bowl. Give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. We have the DNA helix here, and we have a piano. We also have here a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not make false images. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates, and I'm praying for you. If it did resonate, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links below as well for Instagram, and I offer private readings through Etsy, and that link is down there too. But come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.